Salutations, family. Random question. I'm not gonna lie. I was today years old when I found this out, right? There's a difference between a bayou and a swamp. We're heading over to the bayou, but I can't help but feeling like we kind of in the swamp right now. We'll see, man. You already know what it's about to be. Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
What's up, family? Good to see y'all. Got a little throwback shirt on today. Old school FAMU law, man. I never went to law school, but I had a cousin who used to work there, man. And I tell you what, they have an amazing tailgate. So I definitely went by there, just to see what it looked like once or twice. And they were giving away a shirt one time. So I came away with a little something. So, but you don't make it no habit of going over there. You just you say what's up, kind of, do your thing. But today, swamp things. So kind of looking at where both teams are at, right? Feeling them out. Sorry about that. Look, quality control. You got to be able to watch it, hear it, everything else, man. What's up, little baby? What's up, Ezekiel? All is well, man. All is well. A little sleepy, a little tired. Didn't just I got a little hangout with some of the crew. A little late, but not too much, man. That's 2 hours on Thursday night. Hey, appreciate that, John Jones. And what's up, Gail? Good to see you. But yeah, good times, man. Had a lot of fun. Don't forget Rattler boosters. It's that time, man. It's that time. So we're working on something though. So we're holding off so that we can elevate. So yeah, we'll see. You'll see it. Also today, we had our show recording for Hallelujah 95 with St. Clever Rain. Good times, man. We didn't even get to talk about everything in sports. We did talk about that FAMU game. So good times there. And in lieu of my birthday, normally I do a little birthday donate, like, hey, donate to the show for my birthday. Donate to the track team. So for those who know, yesterday was my birthday. So got to have a little fun. Appreciate Brian and the ONG Strike Zone shout me out. But for this year, make a donation to the track team. So, yeah, so we'll do that. Every bit goes back to them. It just goes straight to them. It don't hit my pockets. So, because once it hits my hands, it's clean money. So, make a donation to the track team for my birthday. So that's my ask. So appreciate that, man. So I know you feel like proud uncle when KJ did that old new shimmy. Hey, a little bit, a little bit. You know how that goes, man. Oh man. But absolutely, man. Look, today we're gonna look at the volleyball a little bit. Talk about the basketball coming up. I think track got a little something coming on too. And then also we're gonna definitely get ready for this football game. I already got my picks made because I know the Fangs exchange is coming right behind. So you ain't got to get ready when you stay ready, right? FAMU volleyball got the dub, took a L, but you got some honors right there, man. So you did get setter of the week. I don't like how this one came out when I tried to blow it up, make it a background. And then we got co-defensive player of the week. Look kind of fuzzy, man. So go check out my Twitter page, y'all. It ain't up to my standards. Basketball season tickets, though, they are out. Get ready. Big game is on Sunday. FAMU plays FSU. Capital City Classic is back. I'll say this. This is my only major critique. I believe students get in for free. I love that. My only big problem with that entire vibe, right? I don't like the fact that it's not televised. Like, the game's not on ESPN. it's not on Rattlers Plus. I ain't seen no games on Rattlers Plus this year. It's out the way because I already know this is my little massage gun. I know what's gonna happen. It's gonna knock over my bubbly, and I'm gonna get upset. Bubbly, it's after 8 o'clock. So I'm committed to not drinking caffeine after 8, so I go to sleep. No sugar. I'm working on that. But I'll say this. For the Capital City Classic, for what it used to be versus what they're trying to, really bring it back into, I like that. Largely because a lot of people don't realize, like, Capital City Classic used to kind of be a little thing. Like, you used to get some basketball teams from other cities to come in, Florida State, FAMU, play a little something. It was actually like a nice little thing. I think going forward, I like the idea. I really hope that as a fan and Tallahassee native, this becomes a yearly thing. You can do back and forth. You can play at Tucker Center. I think especially in this current iteration with the fact that FAMU has a modern facility, right? Florida State, modern facility. So it's not like when we were playing at Gaither and they were playing at the Leon County Civic Center, right? In this day and age, with the quality of the facilities, you can go back and forth. I think this is just me. This is my 2 cents. It's worth whatever you want to put it on the paper. Matter of fact, 2 pennies. There you go. My 2 cents. You heard me put it down. Make it a weekend. Make it something where you invite the local high schools, 3 or 4, maybe the best guys, best girls, right? Invite a school from South Florida or some of the other big cities, maybe in Orlando, Jacksonville, Tampa, Miami, right? Make it a weekend because why? You have 2 arenas. What's up, Hollow? You ain't missed much. Let's talk about my idea for the Capital City Classic, right? Make it into an entire weekend thing where you can honestly use both venues and have it set so that you have a basketball tournament at one place, or you can have everything at one place, or you have basketball tournament for the high schools in one place, the college teams play at another place. And what you would do is FAMU and FSU, men's and women's basketball, play at one venue. And then the high school places, they can either play at the same venue days before, or they play at the other venue. But what happens is, especially if you're going to do it on a Sunday, right? Start it on Thursday or Friday. So Friday, you get 3 or 4 games. Saturday, you get 3 or 4 games. Then Sunday, you get the 2 games. The FAMU men versus the FSU men. The FAMU women versus the FSU women. Had the Marching Chiefs pep band there. Had the Marching 100 pep band there. And then, this is the kicker. Have the Greeks have a moment too. I'm not saying that because of my Greek affiliation. But what I'm saying is, it's because both schools pretty much mirror the same frats. But on top of that, you get Kappa, Kappa, Kappa. So you get the band fraternity from both schools there too. I think that's a pretty cool thing because all of a sudden it unifies the city. You're bringing people together. And if you really, like I said, if you make it a 3-4 day thing, it could be a tournament or it cannot be a tournament. But you could literally, if you started on Friday, then went through Saturday, you could incorporate all your public schools in the city. I think you should definitely do 2 of the public schools, FAMU, DRS, FSUS. So you should have at least that there. Then you include 4 other, that gets you to 8. And if you want to do another, 4, so you can get all the Leon County schools, again, and maybe invite a couple schools in Georgia. That's the way you make it into a weekend event where people are here, They're buying hotels, and it's a weekend when it's not a football game. It's not FAMU or FSU playing in town and everything like that. It's Capital City Classic, and it's something that brings people to that local area. It's just another event and gets another use, and you can use both facilities. Because if you don't want to try to keep flipping one, hey, one event's at Florida State, one event's at FAMU, and you just flip-flop it. And to me, it makes business sense. So, I don't know, Coach Ward watch the show or not. I mean, trying not to bother him on the sideline. But to me, that's an idea because the women have already led this, right? They're playing every year in softball. They're playing every year in tennis, pretty much. Like, you're seeing this. You don't think this could work for FAMU and FSU? Good exhibition game. I'm just saying, make it a little weekend, make something fun of it. So that's just my idea. And of course, that comes this week as we are having Charlie Ward get honored at Florida State. So that's crazy. Like, he's getting his football jersey. He's had his football jersey retired. Now he's getting his basketball jersey retired. I got this from St. Clair. So, but first FSU athlete to have his jersey retired in 2 separate sports. That's crazy. Like, Jameis Winston hadn't done it yet. Deion Sanders hadn't done that. James Colsey didn't do it. That's crazy. Like, just throw that out there, man. That's how versatile FAMU is, right? Hall of Fame coaches, man. Now, told y'all, as y'all see, and John put it up there. Fang Exchange is coming up next. So don't forget to get that vodka. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm about to bother cousin Ashley, man, and hit up. Ashley's not really my cousin. It's just convenient to call her cousin Ashley. But I'm about to hit up Ash. Just be like, yeah, one of them Fang Exchange bottles. I need 1 or 2 of those for the tailgate. Look, Florida Classic is coming. Best tailgate in the city. Tailgate champions. Winter Park Alumni Chapter, Kappa Alpha Psi. Also, though, if you are going to be in the area, you want to play golf, because I don't. Florida Classic Golf Tournament is being hosted by the Greater Orlando Chapter of FAMU's National Alumni Association. So just putting that out there. I'll get right with that later. They're going to have to wait till the end. We're going to get right, though. But so make sure I put that out there. Also, just looking out, Mike Road Dog. I don't know if he still got tickets left, but hit him up. But as FAMU gets ready for the football game, right? Remember, this is FAMU. We don't have a stable AD. Every year that's changed. They will always stop progress. I don't expect anything until stability comes. Need 80 sucks now or move forward. But yeah, you're not wrong. Look, Hollow, I completely agree. I think with this game this week, right? My question always with this iteration of FAMU football is what I'm gonna get from the quarterback. If I get what I got from RJ statistically last week, I'm okay. That's why I said statistically. Statistics matter. But we've all seen how to be a player. I need you to be more than a statistic. I went there. I did that. And I want to be able to see what that leads into. And will RJ be going out there? That's a question. Like, who's gonna be the quarterback? I think it's a really cool thing to be able to see. But I think going into this game, you have a distinct advantage against this team because they really got to figure out who they are. Like, they've just come off of losing their homecoming. Do I think FAMU wins this going away? Not anymore. I ain't gonna lie to you. If they hadn't fired their coach, I would have had FAMU winning this game by 7 points. That coaching change, that's huge. Like, just saying, like, statistically, because we watched those. Yeah, should have been 6 on the season. But I'm I'm interested to see what it looks like. Will it be a flyby? Wouldn't be surprised if there was. Not gonna say why, but I feel like there might be a flyby. I think my guy over here, just saying. The Falcon believes it too. But when you're kind of watching this game, right? The question obviously is going to be, it's at the line of scrimmage, because Southern's defensive line does not look special. But FAMU's offensive line has not looked elite. I mean, you really have one offensive lineman in the Pips. Like, you got Ashton Grable and you got everybody else. And Grable's pretty consistent. You don't get beat too often. Not too bad. But your tackles, my Lord. Sometimes there's a problem there. And this game, you're seeing a team in Southern that's really struggled at the point of attack. And I feel like in this game, in particular, this plays into the hand of what James Colsey has wanted to do throughout the season. But that's where the Fred McNair question comes in, because what is he going to do? Because he's watched the same film we've seen, right? Where their run defense looked mid. They looked like they were very easy to run against. This is a week where I want to see 6 down linemen. Like, I'm just gonna say it out there. 3 almost picks, really, and 2 missed wide opens. Yeah. Anywho's, but I'm really wanting to see pound the rock. Like, this is the one team you should just pound the rock, because they haven't shown to be special. They haven't shown that they are able to be explosive. But this is the other question, and I asked this to somebody else. I'm trying to remember who it was. My question was this: does he have a really tall receiver? Because if he got a tall receiver, that was one of the big things. He kept it Alcorn, but Southern's recruiting was not spectacular. They have college football players. Like, I'm not saying these kids suck and everything else, but what I am saying is I don't expect for them to beat FAMU with what they have. Now, I think by the end of the season, this is one of those teams that division-wise could mess up some people. And that's where I think for FAMU, you have some questions. Like, do you get messed up? Because you still have life. Like, I don't sell y'all hope, because I don't always buy it. I can only sell you what I'm going to buy. But there's actually hope for winning the division. There's a lot of help that's needed. Like, you need Alabama State to lose another game. You need to beat Jackson State. If you can do those 2 things, you too can play in the SWAC championship, which is a crazy thought, especially when you look at everything that's in front of you. But I'm just saying, and look, I'm with you, little baby. I circled this game. Last week, I was like, this is the one, but they had to get 100 yards. That was it for me. This one, maybe the Cookman game. And if we got UAPB, maybe. But UAPB is explosive. Like, you can't sleep on them like you used to. Like, and look, yeah, Southern's offense ain't the best, man. Hey. Look, that's why I said I can't sell it to you. That's why I was like, it could happen. But, is it likely? No. Not what we got. Now, is it things happen? Maybe. I think it's going to be interesting, though. Receiver-wise, you got to catch the ball. Like, I love where, I think it's a little baby to put out there that Southern can't throw with the cuss, right? But we ain't consistently caught with the cuss either. Like, you throw the ball to our receivers, good luck, buddy. Like, and exactly hollow. The points per game, that's where I'm at. Like, for me, that's why I told y'all, and I told Brian, look, when we were talking about that Tennessee State Howard game, I was like, I had no faith in Howard. It's like, oh man, you a hater. Like, I'm not a hater. I was being a hater when that other game they won. When they was at Hampton, I was being a hater that day. But against Tennessee State, their offense hadn't shown me anything against winning teams. To me, that matters. Like, it's very important that you beat the teams you should. And you beat them in a fashion that shows, like, when we play teams that aren't good, we should expect to win. I haven't seen that for FAMU. I've seen where we play teams that are at the bottom of the conference or that at the top of a conference that's below us, that we were competitive. But when we play the best, we're about to get our eyes beat out. And it's going to be B2A. And in this game, you're playing a team that's at the bottom of the conference. What do they have to lose? But what do they have to play for? Like, that's a dangerous team because they got nothing to lose and nothing to gain. They just out there. So mindset-wise, and we heard what Colsey said the other week where he was open like, hey, man, last year after they lost to Jackson State, man, them boys kind of hung it up. Does Southern do that? Because we've seen it ourselves. Heck, look at that Alabama State game. Fourth quarter, them dudes that mailed it in. It was done. Like, it wasn't that they just didn't want to play, but it was like, man, we ain't going to win this game. What we out there for? Like, and we can all be rational and say we've been there before, right? But I think when you're kind of looking at this one and you're going into that environment, what Southern can be, I think that's a lot of what we're selling you right now. We're selling you what Southern can be, not what it is. As a venue, it can be an intimidating atmosphere, but it can also be a place where it's not that big of a deal. And that's any place. Like, I can sell you Club Bragg. I can sell you the lights. But if you went to homecoming, you saw them lights, you were like, wasn't as good as when I saw it on TV. Like the first one, they killed it. But I'm just saying. Say 5 more minutes, we lose homecoming. And look, we gave us some points kind of late that we shouldn't have. Like, I'll own that. But with this team, defensively, I think this is going to be a game where I asked for some changes on defense. I definitely do. Schematically, I don't need to see drop 8 so often. I definitely would love to see us put some pressure on the quarterback. This is a game and a perfect opportunity to apply a little pressure. Like, and I ain't talking about Bridget Gordon. I'm talking about the offense and the defense Bridget Gordon sells you. Like, I want us to apply some pressure to Southern because all of a sudden you have coaching changes and all these other things. And one of the things that chaos really hates is pressure. And what do I mean by that? When things are going awry, you're a new person, new this, new that. Some of the coaches are still going to be the same. They're going to keep the same playbook. But now it's a new voice. That don't like uncertainties. And the way you can create uncertainties for that offense is to generate pressure. It's to use your players that are available. I mean, we know who ain't there on defense. We know who probably shouldn't be there, but we do know what is there. And for me, when you lose potentially, right, I'm going to speculate. This is reckless, unfound, unsupported speculation. Nayron Jenkins not playing. So I'll say that. I don't know if that's true or not, but in my personal opinion, as a person who not only is telling y'all that's my favorite player on defense this year, but that's also saying in the interest of the student athlete, like, we just saw him have a concussion. I've had a concussion before. It ain't no fun. But in the interest of the student athlete, I would protect him, let him sit out, and let him come back for senior night. I mean, you're gonna get BTA anyway, more than likely, but I would let him sit out until Jackson State. I put in the backup linebackers and I tell them you're blitzing. Like, because they don't cover as well as he does. Like, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Ash. Like, And look, I need like 2 bottles of that FAMU vodka so I'll text you and I'll see what I got to do to make that happen before Classic. So I'm trying to show out. I ain't gonna lie, we got a lot of Wildcats in the chapter, and they're good people. They only did one thing wrong. They went to the wrong school. Otherwise, they're great men, good brothers. But they made a flaw of going to Bethune-Cookman. Friends don't let friends go to Bethune-Cookman College. but but yeah, I would resonate around this week. I definitely would. I would turn up the pressure though. I mean, you got Jenkins there. You got him what you got him for, but you also got my boy from South Florida. I think he's a better blitzer than he is actual like tackling linebacker. Like I think he's got that burst off the side, blitz your linebackers, like blitz, Bama, blitz. Look, blitz, Colsey, blitz. Send them. Like, because you have a quarterback where he's a known issue. Like, honestly, I would do the same thing with RJ. I'd make RJ beat me with his arm because he's shown me that he'll take sacks, that he really not going to throw in the coverage, and he ain't going to throw the ball downfield. So he might make a couple of passes downfield. But if it's RJ, I'm pressuring him. Heck, if it's Jet, I'm applying pressure. Like any FAMU quarterback, I'm absolutely applying pressure. But when it comes to this Southern game, I'm applying pressure. And I want their quarterback to beat me. I want him to show me he can beat me. And I think any quarterback can. Any quarterback worth their salt can beat you. So it's not a saying the kid sucks or anything. What I'm saying is I got a little bit of show me in me. You got to show me. I do think they're going to try to lean in the run game. So you're going to have to continue to play strong defensive line. Like we can't have last week you leaning on what you did last week. Talking about, well, last week, we stopped one of the best runners in the SWAC. Well, this is like Janet Jackson, baby. What have you done for me lately? You need to stop the run. You got to stop the big pass. You probably got to protect your corners over the top, especially if you're going to blitz. Like, you have to do some things differently defensively because if you don't, you're going to get drugged. And it's going to be Fred McNair's first win since he left Alcorn, which that's a game I'm looking forward to as a petty person. The Southern Alcorn game. That one's I'm excited about. But I want to see. And I want to see, can whoever's playing quarterback make the throws? Can they make good throws? Can they make consistent good decisions? I think one of the things you saw with Jet, one of the picks was just egregious. Like it was, bro, you can't, and it's in his stomach, bro. I'm glad. I was mad at the moment, but I'm glad the memory card got wiped. So on accident. But I'm just saying, yeah. Like I said, I'm concerned about that. I don't know. Again, that's another question I have that I'll ask at another day, at another time. But I do question, his ability to move around, stuff like that. His willingness to want to take hits. Like, do you want to take hits as a quarterback? Like, and the natural inclination for a football player is, well, you follow him soft. No. You're a quarterback. It's different between Thad Franklin taking a hit and delivering punishment like Terrell Jennings did. Y'all saw Terrell Jennings this past week, right? Like this weekend when he ran over him a person. Yeah. That's different versus RJ Johnson doing it and being a quarterback. Like, I don't want RJ. I don't want Tyler Jefferson, really, or Jet delivering punishment. Like, you ain't Tim Tebow. And for the record, Tim Tebow couldn't throw with the darn anywhere. Got lucky a lot in the NFL. UF, he just had talent around him. He's a good leader, though. But like I said, going into this game, my big concerns, can FAMU score? And can you score early? We appreciate the kind that jingles, but we rather the kind that folds. What are you saying? I appreciate field goals, but I need touchdowns. The kicker scored almost half our points. That's a problem. If he was 4 for 5, if you went 5 for 5, that's 15 points. Plus the extra points. I think the kicker had like 15 points. That's wild. Like a kicker giving you 14 to 15 points. And you won by like, you needed every one of them. That's not something that you need this week. You might, but that's not what you want it to be. You love that you got it, but you don't want to have to need it. Like, to me, that's almost like having a 10 of spades on the spades table. It's a good spade to have, but you and me and everybody else know if it walk, you might, the other team might be looking at each other kind of froggy, like, you let that 10 walk across the table? Bruh, you ain't had nothing to be the 10. You ain't have a jack, king, queen, big joker, little joker, or a 2. Depending on how you play. Like, you can't let that thing just walk like that. Like, and that's what I'm saying. I think right now, you kicking wise, you got an 8 or a 9 of spades. You can't let that walk. You can't. I mean, it's gonna do a little work, but it should be walking across the table like that all the time. Man, look, we kept throwing that 10 out there like, do something with it. Do something with it. Do something with it. And then it got cut that one time. Yup. Ooh. Okay, you got that one. But we got them other 4. Like, no first half touchdowns against a lot of schools. Most of them. That's not the way. Gotta score some touchdowns. You want turnovers. I don't think you have to have them. You want them, though. You want a defense that teams fear. Like, let's be honest. You want a little bit of what you had last year when you had Kendall. When you had Kendall Bolo on the other side of the field, everybody wasn't throwing the ball at him. I mean, you got TJ Huggins now. Everybody don't throw the ball at him. They try him, but unless you are let's give us a little rating system, right? 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. Mr. Ross don't watch, so he can't. He the only one that would get that. So Mr. Ross and Mr. Ross, our security guard. That's my dog. He played at Western Kentucky. He played basketball there. We have a little thing. We have a rating scale. So we'll be like, hey, what's your wing place? His wing place is Flyers. I don't mess with Flyers like that. Just because the location is too far from the house. But 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. You got, if you got a quarterback in a SWAC and he less than a 6, you don't want to consistently try in number 21. Now, if you're a 7, 8, yeah, you can try them all day. Like you're gonna get a few of them in there. I don't think Southern's quarterback is a 7. I think he's a good 4. Like, I'll be honest, I think RJ's about a 6, maybe 5. At the last game, he up to a 6 right now, though. You a 6 right now, Doc. Like, you have another game like that, I'll bump you up to a 7. And Jet like a 3. That's my boy. But I'm gonna keep it real. Look, I ain't gonna sit up there and be that biased. FAMU secondary, if we're going to get 7 and 8s, it's normally a long day. 5s and 6s, you got a chance. This game where you're going against a 5, maybe a 6, you need to apply pressure to him because you got to make him show you that he can get to that higher level. He can't be mid and up here balling and you giving him respect like he's upper echelon. Like, no, you mid. Like, you got to show me you're not mid. I think that's going to be something to see. Again, defensively, get off the field third down. I need that a lot. Like, if third down's been the biggest killer for us. And part of the problem with it being what it is that on third down, a quarterback that can run is what's really going to kill you because these guys are running and running and they're getting these first downs, and they're extending the drives, and the defense stays on the field. And as Colsey mentioned post-game, you got to get off the field. At a certain point, defense has to get off the field in order to help the offense. So special teams, just don't do nothing stupid. Like no stupid penalties, no fouls, no block kicks. I really want us to revisit some of our kicking formations. Like kind of see what's going on with some of that, because some of that I ain't in love with. No. Not in love with it. So overall, how do I feel about the game? I avoided it like the plague of the pickups. I ain't gonna lie to you now. I got FAMU winning though. I think FAMU should win largely because it's McNair's first game back. If this was McNair's second game, I'd probably go Southern though, because I think it matters that you have a coach that has that many, not just SWAC hours, but head coaching hours, where we're talking about Colsey being in year 2, and he still shows some of the elements of being green, right? Any of us that step into something new, you're going to be green. You're going to make mistakes. But I think the fact that McNair has been, what's one SWAC championships, right? Like he's done it all except for win a Celebration Bowl, I believe. So the fact that you have a guy that's that experienced, I think Alcorn's got a coaching advantage. And I'm not saying that to be mean to anybody. I'm not trying to say that to be any type of way. I think just because of how experienced McNair is, Fred McNair's coached so many more games as a head coach, let alone OC, everything else, that I think that's a distinct advantage that he's going to have over Colsey. Now, the question is going to be with this group of players, will communication work? Will there be communication errors? Will it be tight? How much of the current offense is he running versus how much is he shelving? And so I think that's going to be an important part. But I got FAMU. I'm going to take FAMU 24-20. I think it's another slow start. Let me correct that. I think FAMU scores on the first drive. I think they get a nice little jab, punch the Jaguar in the jaw, and then after that, it's a slugfest. And I definitely think, depending on what quarterback you see, that's going to determine how the game goes. Because I think if we see RJ, I think the game's going to be a little closer, but he's going to protect the ball. Whereas I think if we see the Jet, I got a little more concerns because he a little more loosey-goosey with the football. Like, he don't protect it the way RJ does. And that's a concern for me because turnovers level the playing field, even when it's talent. Like, it's RJ? Okay. If it's RJ, I hate to say it, I have a little more confidence and faith in RJ protecting the ball versus Jet. I have the confidence that Jet's a better quarterback. It's not a bias, it's not a slight. It's just from what I've seen, right? Even with that North Carolina Central game, that's one of the best teams in your level of college football that he's gone against. FAU is a level above that. But when he played a team that was kind of level, he was all right. So we'll see there, though. So it'll be interesting to see that. So I got FAMU winning it. Now, for those who want to know, look, last week, epic comeback. Much needed. Week 9 is here. But week 8, 5-0, man. Look, I'm telling y'all, trying to see if it'll. I ain't trying to be that petty. Y'all I don't need to print it out. But I had Villanova winning. I didn't trust. I didn't trust it, man. Then Grambling, I picked them. I picked FAMU, PV, and Tennessee State. This week, let's see who we got. I got South Carolina State. PV is Cookman's homecoming. So if y'all mess me up, it's on y'all. So the options were North Carolina A&T versus Campbell. I should probably pick Campbell because NCAT sucks. That North Carolina Central Delaware State game, I'm staying away from. That game is gonna be good. I wouldn't be surprised if Delaware State wins. I'm pulling for North Carolina Central, but I wouldn't be surprised if Delaware State pulled that off. Give me Monmouth over Hampton. I don't believe in Hampton. They lost to Howard, so that's an indictment. You extra suck with a side of suck sauce when you lose to Howard. That includes FAMU. What's Illinois over Tennessee State? I don't know. I haven't seen them well enough to really make an informed decision, so I'll leave that alone. PV over Lincoln, California, because those kids are just being passed around. Alcorn, Valley? I picked Valley. I just didn't pick it on to pick them because that game's just a little tight for me. But wouldn't be surprised if the Braves pull it off on the reservation. But I'm going to take Valley. I wouldn't take it on to pick them, though. It's Cookman over Pine Bluff. I just think Cookman's better. I'm hoping Arkansas Pine Bluff flew down because them boys rode the bus. Man, Cookman by 20. Morgan State, Howard, I ain't picking either one. Just because I think Howard could actually win that game. But it's too close for me to pick. Alabama State over Alabama A&M. Let's leave that alone. Pick this Campbell game. Let's see. Look, y'all know I gotta see what Campbell's doing now. Like them fighting Camels. If they suck, I'm going back. Like I play to win. Let's see. If they look like trash, we're gonna treat them like trash. Oh, they suck, man. Bump that. Give me NCAT. NCAT might actually get the win. Yeah, put down Alabama State. FAMU Southern. I got FAMU. I'm just not gonna pick it. And give me Jackson State over Grambling. I just think they're a better team. Especially Grambling almost lost to Kentucky State at home. And then I had 65 points overall. So if you're rocking with me, you're rocking with me. And if not, hey, don't hurt my feelings. But I did catch up a little bit, jumped into 5th place. I was all the way down to 7th, but man, I am tied for 5th. 4 games back. So we'll see if I can make an epic comeback, man. So but yeah, man. Look, had an idea, man. And so I'm gonna share it out a little bit. FAMU needs some like cabanas in the south end zone. Not the north end zone club experience. Cabanas. Like, hear me out. I talked about this with a friend. I don't, I normally name sources, but today I'm not going to because I don't want nobody, coming up my friend. But I saw it a little bit at FIU. If we had some cabanas in the south end zone, I think it would be nice. Like, have little lounge sofas, fans, food, drinks, and you could really have the patio furniture out there. I think it would be a good look. Like, put the cabanas. I agree, but I'm saying work with what you got. Like, with what you got, you use that. I think because in this current, economy, the people at the top aren't really hurting that bad. Like, it's the people kind of in the middle, us in the middle, and the lower levels where things are getting tight, right? FAU has like cabanas in the end zone. Nothing special, but they have some nice ones in the north ones. There's some nice ones in the south, but the north end zone is really nice ones. I'm just saying, I'm trying to see if I can pull it up right fast. I don't want to spend all day on it because I do want y'all to make sure y'all get to the Fang Exchange. But they have these nice little cabanas. You can sit there and you can enjoy the game. And you're at field level. And I think the beauty of it is you are literally, when the players run out, you're right there. When the players run into the field, you're also right there. And it adds a little ambiance. And it's a good way, I think, per game, right? You charge 2-3 racks, right? Up to 5, 23 to 5. You can fit like 5 of those in there, right? But in that area, you get your food catered. And this is the marketing spot of it, right? You use that and have it as a marketing area. For instance, when you go to UCF, I think it's Carl Black Chevy, something like that. I can't tell you to this day. I've never seen Carl Black Chevrolet. It's somewhere over there. But you could literally partner with maybe Triangle Sales and have them serve the little liquor spritzers all game long. That's included. But if you want to buy hard liquor, you can buy hard liquor. Like, we need some different ways other than just the North End Zone Club. Because that's cute. That's cool if you just sitting there with your friends. But if you want 4-5 in a place where you can just sit there, and if you think about it, from the South End Zone, you can see the large scoreboard. So you can have a TV there. So TV's right here. And then back there, you got the large scoreboard. Players run on the field, players run off the field. I'm just saying, we got to find some different ways to generate revenue. Because if you can create a premium experience, you can use that twice. It makes money twice. The first way it makes money is off of the ticket sales. By themselves. Whoever buys into that premium experience, their ticket sales make money. The second way it makes money, though, is through the sponsorship. Because you sell that sponsorship, you can sell it for $500, you can sell it for $5,000. I don't care. But you could either have the whole South End Zone have a name, or you can just give one of them a name. And all of a sudden, that's extra revenue, and we don't have to worry about that freaking cannon. I don't like that cannon. I don't miss it. The lost revenue is in the way, like blanks. I'm good. So, again, just throwing that out there in the ether. If you want to get somebody, you know somebody, that's just something that you can have. You can call it the South End Zone Cabana Club. Like I said, have it. What they have is like tarps, but you see where some of these schools got these, not dog, they call them dog houses, Alabama, but they have the clubhouses, but something to be able to generate a premium experience, keep people comfortable, keep them cool, and then also have it as something that when the players are running out, they get to see the Rattler walk. They get to see the Rattlers run through the tunnel. It's just something extra you can sell. And you can have it, if y'all were at homecoming, y'all saw where the AKs and the Deltas were kind of at. And where the students had that little area, that media area. You can put that there. Like, put that media area back in the locker room. There's some ways to make some money here. Just saying. So, all right, y'all. 4 minutes. We ain't even do a whole hour tonight, man. So we will see y'all Sunday. Saturday post game. I'm gonna take that off. I will not be traveling to Baton Rouge, man. So, look, thank you. Thank you. Somebody gets it. And you can serve the FAMU vodka in those areas too. I'm just saying, like, have a certain amount of those funds go to the Fang Exchange and that the liquor. You get X amount of bottles complimentary. They're not complimentary. They're paid for, but you're paying an upcharge for them. You can either take them home or you can drink them. I don't care. Once it hits my hands, it's clean money. All right, y'all. For everybody, HBCU Digital Network, we ask again, if you're coming in late, hey, make a donation. Make a donation. For my birthday, I'm asking everyone. It ain't about me. It's about the track team. So support the track team. That I would greatly appreciate it. So normally this is the one time I ask for a little something, but give it to the track team, man. So we're still trying to hit that 10K. We were at, last I saw, we were above 1,000. So if we're not above 1,000, we will be above 1,000 before the end of the year, for sure. So we are greatly working towards a goal. So As always, man, y'all keep it locked. Get ready. Switch it over to the Fang Exchange, and you already know what's up, what it's always going to be. Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it?